Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, body found believed to be missing Chichester woman. Arrest warrant issued for son. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
Politos, our American-made furniture costs you no more than the imports you buy from the box stores and chain stores.
This means you can have your choice of solid cherry, oak, maple, and other select woods for the same price.
A hopeful gathering this evening as friends and family of Frances Nash pray for a positive outcome as they come together outside the Maxfield Public Library in Loudoun, where she touched so many lives.
You know, she's that great smiling face behind the desk every time you walk in. You know, I know I'm always looking forward to seeing her whenever I come in.
Friends describe her as a ray of sunshine. This prayer circle came just about an hour before the discovery of a body had been released to the public.
We've located the body of a deceased adult, and we believe it may in fact be our missing person.
Nash was last seen on Thursday. Her vehicle was found early this morning in Canterbury. The body found hours later also in town, but it's unclear if they were in the same location. But a portion of Hackleboro Road was blocked off for much of the day.
Right now there's a warrant out for theft for Ms. Nash's son. He's being charged with the theft of her vehicle. He's currently in possession of another stolen vehicle as we speak.
21-year-old Philip Nash is believed to be driving a maroon 2000 Ford F-350 pickup truck with a New Hampshire vanity plate that reads Granite. Close family friends say Frances remained positive this past year, despite any struggles she may have been dealing with in her family.
She doesn't give up on people. She loves her family very much.
Now, anyone with information about Philip Nash's whereabouts is asked to contact their local police department. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow to positively identify the body and determine cause and manner of death. We're live in Canterbury tonight. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Boston graduate student killed by cougar while mountain biking in Seattle. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
At Recovering Champions, we are passionate about your care. When people see only despair in the opiate crisis, we see tremendous hope. People come to us for substance abuse treatment from all different backgrounds, all different...
Cougar that wildlife officials believe went after the mountain bikers in Washington state, killing S.J. Brooks, who had recently moved from Boston. S.J.'s friend frantically rode miles down the trail to get a cell signal, himself injured, pleading to a dispatcher for help.
I'm so worried about my son.
When rescuers arrived, it was too late.
That victim reported that his whole head was inside the jaws of this cougar.
Friends say S.J. had moved west after studying at Boston University, while here the 32-year-old was well known in the biking community and for a time worked at the Boston Center for the Arts, the organization saying S.J. was a kind-hearted, generous, and wonderfully creative person with a deep commitment to his work in the community. Researchers are closely scrutinizing the attack because it's so rare for cougars to go after humans.
Humans are usually not on the prey list for a cougar.
Officials say the mountain lion was emaciated, weighing only a fraction of what it should have. Now they're hoping to study the animal's brain to determine why it went on the attack.
And wildlife officials say that these bikers did everything that they train people to do to scare off cougars, which is what makes this attack even more puzzling.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Police identify Maine woman killed in Sanford crash. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
Gutter system can be challenging, but we make it easy. Quality Insulation is the nation's leader in gutter installations. Call now for a free assessment and ask about our 10% discount. Quality Insulation, serving Greater Portland, Lewiston, Auburn, and Augusta.
In Sanford, the driver in yesterday's fatal crash on Oak Street has been identified as 29-year-old Aurora Smith of South Berwick. Police say it happened around 7:30 Sunday night on Oak Street when she lost control and hit a tree. She was declared dead at the scene. Investigators believe that speed was a factor.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. What China wants and doesn't want from a Trump-Kim summit. China will be closely watching what kind of peace deal, if any, is broken at the historic June 12th meeting between North Korea ruler Kim Jong-un and President Donald Trump. Beijing's security interest will be served if a potential agreement weakens the U.S. allies with South Korea, reduces the U.S. military presence in Asia, and limits the threat of refugee flows on China's borders, according to the Atlantic Council. Next month's milestone summit between North Korea's Kim Jong-un and President Donald Trump has major implications for China, which has geopolitically and security interests at stake on the Korean Peninsula. Rosenstein agrees to Trump demand DOJ investigation campaign infiltration White House. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
These dining sets, all starting at just $245. Hurry, ends Friday, only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Now to the breaking news from the White House, where President Trump made a stunning demand today on Twitter. The president saying he will officially order the Justice Department to investigate whether an informant working for the FBI or DOJ infiltrated his campaign, suggesting the Obama administration's involvement. At the same time, Rudy Giuliani, the president's personal attorney, revealing a possible end date for an aspect of the Russia investigation. ABC's David Wright is at the White House tonight.
Tonight, President Trump on the warpath, demanding answers about reports that the FBI had an informant approach the Trump campaign. Quote, I hereby demand, and will do so officially tomorrow, that the Department of Justice look into whether or not the FBI DOJ infiltrated or surveilled the Trump campaign for political purposes. President Trump has long insisted he has the right to intervene.
You look at the corruption at the top of the FBI, it's a disgrace. And our Justice Department, which I try and stay away from, but at some point I won't.
At issue now, published reports that during the 2016 campaign, the FBI sent a retired American professor to talk with several key Trump advisors after those advisors had been flagged for suspicious contact with Russians. Trump's FBI director, citing national security, has declined to reveal any details.
The day that we can't protect human sources is the day the American people start becoming less safe.
Tonight, the Justice Department says it will investigate. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein vows to take appropriate action if anyone did infiltrate or surveil a presidential campaign for inappropriate purposes.
I've always said there was no collusion, but I've also said there has been nobody tougher on Russia than me.
Russians may not be the only foreign interest trying to meddle. There are also published reports of another suspicious meeting at Trump Tower. An Israeli social media entrepreneur, a representative of two wealthy Arab princes, and the founder of the massive private security firm Blackwater, reportedly met with Don Jr. 3 months before the election to discuss mounting a social media campaign to help elect Donald Trump. Don Trump Jr.'s lawyer tells ABC News he was not interested, and that was the end of it. Today, the president tweeted, "The witch hunt has given up on Russia and is looking at the rest of the world."
All right, David Wright is at the White House tonight for us. And David, late word from the president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, telling ABC News that the Russia investigation relating to President Trump will be done by September 1st.
That's right, Tom, and an important distinction there. We're talking about the part that relates to Trump, not necessarily the whole investigation. Rudolph Giuliani says Mueller told him that personally about a month ago. Mueller has not independently confirmed that, however. The president's team is clearly pressuring him to wrap it up. So,
David Wright with that new reporting from the White House tonight. David, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, everyone, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.